Krishna.
Where are you from?
Nasino.
Organizationally?
Emerging Alpha.
Okay. So do you want to be a decision maker?
Yes, of course I want to be.
At what level?
At national level, at my community level, traditionally. Yeah.
So what was your experience of voting last year?
Pretty much it was okay. It took me less than 10 minutes. Yeah, it was alright.
So for 2018, would you want to see anything done differently? Maybe for actual voting or before that?
I would like if there would be more civic education in terms of like how people will vote. I mean, I think as for the younger generation, it was a bit okay, but still a lot of people were confused because I was part of few researches that we were doing, and I was interviewing people, so I knew from there that a lot of people had a lot of questions like, is it going to be electronic voting? There was a lot of confusion amongst people, so a bit of clarity would be good if as for 2018.
So as Parliament meets in next month in particular, what do you want them to do or talk about?
I want Parliament to discuss more social issues in terms of unemployment, youth. There's a lot of youths that are unemployed, specifically young women. In terms of education, if there could be more scholarships and things like that.
Now lastly, what are your top 3 national budget priorities?
Health, education, and when I'm talking about health, I'm talking about women's reproductive health issues, and education and infrastructures.
Bola, my name is Rolandi Bakata, and I'm from YWC.
Firstly, do you want to be a decision maker, and at what level or where?
I'd love to be a decision maker, probably start at community level, mostly because I want to see if my skills are influential at that level. And I'm thankful to the forum for equipping young women with these necessary skills such as advocacy, etc. I believe that if one can make a difference at community level, they'll definitely make it influential at the national level.
What was your experience of voting last year?
My experience with voting last year was very exciting because it was my first time to vote. I wasn't very excited about the lines though. Yeah, I went in early and then had to wait a really long time. Yeah.
What would you want your 2018 experience to be like?
I'd like it to be more accessible to the disabled. Like, take for instance
My guide to voting.
Yeah, it would be nice if they had that in recording or in braille for the disabled. Yeah, that's about it.
So as Parliament meets, what would you want them to do?
As Parliament meets, what would I want them to do? Firstly, I'd like them to be more transparent with the public, just with the decisions that they make. And yeah, just transparency.
Okay. Finally, what are your top 3 national budget priorities?
First one would have to be scholarships. There's a lot of debate on that right now. The second one is accessibility again for the disabled in terms of public transport, health facilities, public libraries. Also accessibility to young women in the rural areas and the outer islands through electricity, proper roads, and proper health facilities. Yeah. The third one, again with the disabled. Am I just okay? Yeah, just more accessibility for the disabled.
Hi, I'm Salik Wanga from the House of Chameleon.
Do you want to be a decision maker?
Of course, I am at one, and I want to sit in other decision-making tables.
So what kind of tables would those be?
Parliament, of course.
Yeah? Mm-hmm. Is Parliament your only aspiration, or?
Not just Parliament, but also local government, municipalities, as well as some other areas of decision-making.
So tell me about your experience voting in 2014.
2014, I was actually looking forward to the 2014 election. 13 or 14?
14.
13?
It was just last year.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
The Constitution is 2013.
Right.
So, what was your experience?
I was really looking forward to the 2014 election because it was going to be my first time voting, but then I didn't vote in the last election because I was not here for the election.
So, given that you weren't here, what do you want to see in 2018? How do you want, elections to take place in a way that you can actually vote? Is there anything else? Do you want it to be more than one day?
The what?
The next elections. What do you want the next elections to be like?
I think that the candidates that were standing up for election wasn't appealing to me. Most of them were not. So I want a more representation of LGBT standing for elections. I want to see a transgender woman stand for election. I want to see people that really live up to principles of human rights, good governance and democracy, and not just talk about it, but actually do something about it.
Good. All right, so as Parliament meets, next month, September, what do you want them to be doing? Well, the agenda is probably set and ready already. They've already probably prepared what they're going to be talking about. But in a perfect world, if you were to design what Parliament is going to be doing, or how they're going to be doing it, what would you want?
I don't see enough consultation to the very people that put them in government, to the people that voted for them. Even though there's been some constituents meeting by the opposition as well as the government, I have not seen that materialize even within my community. To even, come and sit and talk about the promises that they made and the commitments that they not just made here, but also internationally, and other commitments they made to certain conventions and all that.
So you want them to do that before they meet again?
They should do it all the time. Before they meet, or even when they're not meeting, they should just do it to make sure that it's in line with what we want. The standing committee is not enough. They need to be going out.
So what are your top 3 national budget priorities? Where do you want to see the money go?
I want to see more policies around eliminating gender-based violence of transgender women and LGBT people. To me, that's one of my top priority. And also making sure that any gender mainstreaming policy or any gender national policy must be inclusive of LGBT. And there should be enough budget for government to implement it. Yeah.
Bulatnaka, I'm Basava Moimbenga, and I'm from Savu, one of the MGTV distributor last year, 2014.
Okay, so do you want to be a decision maker?
Yes, in our district level, since the majority of the people in our district, they are not accepting the fact that young women has to make a decision in the district level. They are women and they're supposed to listen to the men. And also we have cultural barriers, and that is affecting us, even me, to make a decision.
So you want to be in decision making to change that?
To change that.
Okay. So did you vote in 2014?
Yes, I voted in the last election, and it was the first time for me to vote. And I had a great experience. Since it was the first time for me to vote, I was a bit nervous. But I voted. I had a chance to make a vote.
So for 2018, do you want to see anything done differently?
Yes, if they can do more civic education on the voting, more voting mock exercise, so that people are aware, and even for all the first-time voters, if they can, they know how to vote during the election.
Okay. So Parliament meets next month. What do you want them to be talking about or doing?
Firstly, I would like the Parliament to be transparent, and I want them to make a public consultation before making decisions.
Okay. And lastly, what would be a top 3 national budget priorities?
Just to get rid of the flag issues, the tax issues, and the youth employment, the last one.